Plaintiff Lonnie Howard and her daughter Amanda say when Amanda was 15 years old, she started dating the defendant. And soon after, Amanda was arrested with the defendant for being involved in a drive-by shooting. Amanda eventually had a baby with the defendant, and he refuses to take financial responsibility for the child. So Lonnie's suing him. Defendant DeJuan Parker admits that Amanda was in the car when he made a huge mistake by shooting at someone's house, and he regrets it to this day. DeJuan insists he cared for his baby, both physically and financially. Therefore, he doesn't believe he owes Lonnie anything.
Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I met DeJuan Parker in September of 2005. I was introduced to him by my daughters, who said that he was their friend they had met through other people. At the time, my youngest daughter, Amanda, who's here with me today, was 15. DeJuan was 19. They hung out for a while, and November 7th of 2005, I received a phone call from a local police department that said that both of my daughters, along with DeJuan Parker, were arrested for a drive-by shooting. So I went to the police department. My oldest daughter was 18 at the time, and they released her. They wanted me to talk about my youngest daughter and her part in it. What I was told was that DeJuan Parker was driving, and that he is the person who shot the gun, handed the gun to my daughter, and she threw it out the window. My other daughter was in the back seat, and that's why she was released.
Right. Gotcha.
She did not play a part in it.
You want to give me some background on this issue?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. It was a guy that I knew from when I was in school, which they also knew at the time, and it was an altercation that had to do with me and something about her getting raped, her older sister, Mrs. Howard's oldest daughter, about her getting raped or was supposedly being raped or whatnot. The first time, there was 2 incidents. The first time we went out there just to try to find where Ashley was, to pick her up, and I was with her brother, and we couldn't get in contact with her.
Detective or private,
No, her
private agent or private eye?
No.
So you went to look for someone who had been raped?
We went to go look for Ashley to pick her up.
Who had been raped?
No, allegedly.
Right.
Yeah, to pick her up to take her home.
Because she had allegedly been raped.
To pick her up and take her home.
Right, that's why I'm asking.
Correct.
Instead of getting the police to look for a victim of rape, you decided to go.
Yep, yes, sir.
All right, so, and that led to trouble, obviously, right?
Well, there was some words being said. I was young, not thinking with my brain. I can honestly say
And what happened?
I went out there and I shot at the house. Then that's when that occurred. Like
You shot at someone's house. Why?
Because of an incident that me and him got into, but then that was like the icing on the cake.
Right.
I don't even.
You shooting at someone's house and then you sped off. You ran.
Yes, sir.
Like a coward.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're really not a gangster. You're a coward.
Not pretending I'm
You're
not
acting like
claiming
what
to
a
be
gangster do, like the rest of these so-called gangsters who do drive-by shootings. They drive by, they shoot, and then they put it at 90 miles an hour to run like a coward. And it ends up killing some innocent kid or some senior citizen I recently heard of in L.A., where these so-called gangbangers in L.A. are so tough, the Bloods and the Crips, but when they ride by, they shoot and they run. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, needless to say, because of this incident, I threatened my daughters. If they were ever to be found around him again, there would be severe consequences. So anyways, I'm under the impression that my girls are not hanging out with DeJuan and believe everything to be kosher, although I'm receiving email after email from DeJuan saying he's sorry, he's remorseful. He even described the entire incident. If you'd like to see those,
Was he in jail?
No, sir, he was not.
Oh, okay. Those letters usually come after they lock the gangsters up.
No, that did
Then
not
the gangsters,
happen.
oh, I'm sorry for driving by shooting, and I'm sorry it hit a little girl. Oh, please feel sorry for me. Please send me some money and some cigarettes. Oh, I'm so sorry. But it came before he was locked up.
Yes.
Okay.
He actually emailed me a couple of times. So
let me read the letter.
I don't know if they were before, after, I'm not sure.
The emails. Just like I said, how are you? Oh, baby, I want you to know how sorry I am. Oh, baby, I shouldn't have did what I did. Oh, baby, please forgive me. Oh, I won't do it anymore. Oh, I wouldn't have ran, but I was scared. You crying like that, you ain't been locked up yet.
I wasn't even
Just imagine
crying.
if you get locked up. I couldn't imagine the things you'd be saying then. Go ahead. Let's talk about the refund tax checks that you're suing him about.
Well, believe it or not, I know you'll be shocked. I come to find out in August of 2006 that Amanda is pregnant with DeJuan's baby.
You were saying that sarcastically about being shot.
Absolutely, I am.
You know I'm not shocked.
You better
at all.
believe it. I was furious. I did not speak to my daughter for 3 weeks. She informed me this 3 days before school started, her 10th grade year. So I didn't speak to her for 3 weeks. Again, the emails and the voicemails and the pleading and the begging, to which I ignored.
She's lying.
All right, I'll let you give your side.
Yes,
He moved in with us because my daughters begged for him to prove himself.
The man
to me.
who's doing drive-by shootings, you allowed him to move in.
man.
You're not going to be quiet?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You've been
I'm
to
sorry.
court before.
I'm sorry.
You know what this is. You haven't been locked up?
Yes, I have.
Right, so you know not to interrupt and just keep talking about you're sorry. Stand up straight, too. You're not on the corner. Don't be leaning down, being cool. You ain't cool today. You're very uncool. Go ahead, ma'am. So go ahead and finish.
So I thought, well, this was a chance for him to kind of prove himself. He was working. We'll let him prove himself. We'll see what kind of a man he really is.
All right, good.
So we have the baby, January 6th of 07. He was very attentive throughout the entire
Good.
time he was at my house.
And working.
Yes, he was.
Good.
Yes, sir, he was.
So you did help him change.
Your Honor, he was proving himself to
Good.
me. He was. After the baby was born, they started begging to be on their own and move out. Amanda's father and I talked about it, and we decided to call their bluff and put them out on their own. So they left in September of 07. It's my understanding they were bouncing around from place to place. In February of 08, Amanda called me crying hysterically. He put his hands on me. I got to move out. I got to come home. You got to come get me and the baby. Amanda's father and I both went over there. We called the police. I have the police report here for you.
Let's see it.
Unfortunately, when I went to complete my income taxes, my taxes were rejected because I claimed the baby on my taxes, as I should have, being the sole
What year?
provider. That was for tax year 07.
Okay.
I contacted the IRS, and they told me that DeJuan had claimed her on his taxes. So through a conversation...
Is that true, sir?
Yes, sir, that is true. Wherever my daughter was, I was there.
Your daughter lived with you?
Yes, well, I lived with Miss Howard, and my daughter was there with me, and I was there too.
Okay.
Up to September of 07.
Okay. Is that true? He lived until September of 07?
Yes, that is true.
All right. So he was there with his child.
He was there. Unfortunately, he was not working any longer after the baby was born.
Okay. But he was there with his child.
He was there.
And did
I
he
was paying all of the bills, providing all of his food and transportation. Yes, sir, he
My
was.
transportation, I have my own vehicle.
So what else, ma'am? He had his own car?
He got one eventually, yes. he did.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Man, I've had a vehicle ever since I met this lady.
Okay.
Ever since I met this lady.
All right.
Now,
Let's
when my
get
car
to,
was down, she did let me use
any other
hers, though.
year that you're claiming today?
Well, I also attempted to claim the baby. Again, the IRS said that the baby had already been claimed by somebody. I called my daughter, Amanda. She called DeJuan. DeJuan told her, yes, he had claimed her.
No.
So
You
I
didn't claim the
asked,
child?
No, that didn't happen like that.
No, did
about
you
the
claim
claiming.
the child
Yes, sir, I
on
did.
your taxes?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, and how long did you live with the child that year?
What year?
Which years did you claim?
2007.
That's all?
Yes.
You never made another claim?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes. Yes, I did. Yes.
One more time. How many years did you claim the child on your taxes?
Twice.
What years were those?
06 and last year. I mean,
06?
07 and last year. I'm sorry.
See? 07
07
and
last
08.
year. Yes, sir.
How long did the child live with you in 08?
She didn't.
All right. Stimulus check.
yes, I believe the stimulus package where I believe the government paid $600 for the individual, $300 for each dependent. Because he claimed her on his taxes, he got that $300. So that's part of my.
That's an 08?
Yes.
Is that true?
No.
You never received anything in 08?
Yeah, for 2007
see, it
taxes,
is.
because the way she's making
Ma'am,
it
let me see
seem
your
is
paperwork.
like I
Sir, your
claimed her-
testimony
This
is
is
totally
all the IRS
inconsistent. You keep saying yes and no repeatedly.
Because-
Let me tell you that's enough, sir. Let me tell you the law, and we can dispose of this very quickly. Your testimony has been so inconsistent, I choose not to believe you. You were unreasonable in filing a tax exemption for a child that never lived with you the entire year. In fact, that's called tax fraud, for which you could be jailed. But I guess they won't bother with you on tax fraud since you're shooting in folks' houses.
Okay,
And I'll grant you $1,800, ma'am. Have a good day.
Wow. Oh, no, we're still fine. That's still my daughter's mother, and we're going to continue like we always have.
I just want to keep things how they are now. We get along and everything's fine.
I have no problem supporting these kids and this baby, but this was about principle.